At a psychiatric ward, a therapist named Rose Cotter meets a student named Laura Weaver. Laura tells Rose that she saw her professor commit suicide, and now an invisible, smiling creature is haunting her and has warned her that she will die soon. Laura panics and screams, but then suddenly calms down, smiles, and cuts her own throat in front of Rose. The next day, one of Rose's patients, Carl, smiles at her in a strange way and shouts that she will die. Rose calls for help, but then realizes Carl has been asleep the whole time. Worried about Rose, her boss, Dr. Morgan Desai, tells her to take a week off. However, Rose starts having hallucinations, making people around her think she might hurt herself. Rose visits her old therapist, Dr. Madeline Northcott, who suggests that Rose's issues might be from her childhood when she saw her mother die from an overdose. Later, Rose goes to her nephew's birthday party. When the boy opens Rose's gift, he finds her dead cat inside the box, shocking everyone. Rose freaks out and crashes into a glass table, hurting herself. She realizes that she might be cursed, but her fiancé Trevor thinks she's just going crazy. Rose then learns that Laura's professor was also smiling before he died, so she visits the professor's widow, Victoria. Victoria tells her that he saw a suicide right before he died too. Rose asks her ex-boyfriend Joel, who is a police detective, to help her look at old police reports. They find many cases where people saw someone die by suicide while smiling, and then they killed themselves within a week. Rose tries to make things right with Trevor, but he calls her therapist behind her back to help her. Angry, Rose leaves and talks to her sister Holly, but Holly doesn't believe in the curse either. Holly compares Rose's behavior to their mother's, and Rose accuses Holly of leaving her alone with their mother before she died. Rose and Joel find out about one man, Robert Talley, who didn't die in the chain of suicides. They visit him in prison and he says that the curse feeds on trauma. The only way to escape it is to kill someone else in front of another person, passing the curse to them. Rose refuses to do this. Later, she sees the entity again, pretending to be her therapist, Madeline. Rose then hallucinates that she kills Carl at the hospital, but when she wakes up, she realizes it wasn't real. Feeling hopeless, Rose goes to her old family home, thinking she can stop the curse by dying alone. The entity appears as her mother, revealing that Rose didn't help her mother when she was dying because of the abuse she suffered. The entity attacks Rose, but she sets the house on fire, thinking she has killed it. Rose then goes to Joel's apartment, but when Joel smiles at her, she realizes it's another hallucination. In reality, Joel tracks Rose's phone and finds her at the old house. He watches in horror as Rose, now possessed by the entity, sets herself on fire, passing the curse on to him.